dropped a valve, and that was the end of this. I have zero motivation to replace this panel this morning. So I made a trip to Kansas. It was an unexpected trip, so I'm not going to get done on the Blazer what I wanted, but we came to Kansas, where I'm from, and there's a family farm here, and I have some square bodies. One I learned how to drive a manual. The other one I drove in high school, and this one that burned to a crisp, which wasn't mine, but I'll try to link the pictures of the fire and the firefighters putting that out. But I wasn't here when it caught on fire, but it went up and there's nothing much left of it, but I'll give you a shot of it. I think it's an 86, mid 80s, I know that. But my grandpa was driving it and he saw flames underneath the hood and he even tried to open it. He just called fire department, and by the time they got here, it was like this. So I will show you a couple others. So this bad boy, the I don't know what color you'd call that, red. I learned that was the old farm truck, and so was the one next to it. But this one I learned how to drive the manual. So my brother blew it up during harvest driving through a wheat field. Just stopped. So we've robbed parts off it for years. But there that one is. Hi, buddy. Kind of a square body graveyard out here. And this bad boy, let me show you the front of it. What's up, buddy?
I was just trying to make my own car.
This bad boy is a 74, and it was my high school truck. My grandpa sold it to me for $1. I put head gas. I was always working on this thing, and it finally dropped a valve when I was racing it down a sand road. But hey, I won the race. I blew the engine up I had to put several head gaskets on this thing, heads. I was always working on it. One time I was racing my friend. I don't remember what he was driving, but I was winning and I won. But at the end of the race, I dropped a valve, and that was the end of this, because it cracked the block, it messed the head up. It wasn't worth saving, and I was poor back then, and I didn't have money for an engine. I always scrounged parts. So we're going to try to take the door off this one. We're going to get the headlight trim off this one, and that door I think is good enough. There's not too much rust on it, and it's pretty easy to get to. So let's set you up and let's get the parts off of it.
Dad,
I need the core support, but
Dad,
I really don't want to put in that much work. I ran over the other one. Yeah, buddy.
are you going inside that?
Be careful.
I will.
So after the last video, I was turning around in my in front of the Blazer in my truck, and I ran over the core support, and I'll try to post pics or a video of it right here, but it mangled it up. I had it sitting on a jack stand, or it's leaning against a jack stand, a pretty heavy jack stand, and it crumpled that jack stand. I just wasn't paying attention. But the the conclusion of that story is I need a core support, and it sucks because I wasn't planning on either buying or finding a core support. But so either I'm going to take one of these when I have time, or I'll buy one. So, but yeah, I ran it over with the front of that. Here's that jack stand that I ran over. It's just crumpled. Here is the core support. It's mainly that front side that kind of tweaked everything else. So we'll see if we can save it. If not, we know where one is. Let's take this trim off. It seems to be in good shape. Even has all the original screws. Well, I say that, there's a flathead right here.
Flathead?
Screws. I think I have.
What? Oh, so basically all of this, what, did this thing get, did you ever ride in this?
Yeah, but I drove that in high school.
No, this one?
Yeah.
The one right next to you?
I drove both of them.
Oh.
I learned how to drive a stick shift transmission on this, and that was my truck growing up. Grandpa sold it to me for $1.
That's
Pretty nice of him.
But now it is definitely worth $1.
Yeah.
When I'm over, I might even fix this.
Oh yeah, I think it's past its. A lot of rust on it. I'm not saying it's not fixable, but we're gonna take that out of the trim too. Why not?
I'll just put this. That would have fell down into the engine, so that's why I moved it right here. Put it right here because
Okay, that's fine.
It would fall down into the engine.
So we got the trim pieces that we need.
This is cool. Oh, this could be my steering wheel.
Yeah.
But you'll have to cut this off.
Oh yeah.
So it can come.
Let's work on getting that door off first. After I moved out of the way, yeah. You might be able to drag it. No. Alright, so now we're going to work on taking the Beast door off. That's what I named it when I was in high school, the Beast. So.
We cut down the tree earlier and installed the tree laying down. I don't think we hear.
Oh, they might be able to. So there's the door. All the engine parts. Yeah. So we should be able to take these 6 bolts out. It's not too bad. On the bottom, there's no rust holes. And the door is straight. That's what we want.
Dad, is you should have turned off the camera. I kind of want to get in that truck.
No. Too many spiders and creepy crawlies.
What's that?
Yeah, things that can bite you.
Dad?
Yeah.
I hope the next thing you're going to work on is that.
Oh, that.
Like, take it apart. I could take that door. I'm surprised that door can even open.
I'm pretty sure I need a cubby. Put that in, got a cubby for the Blazer. Put it in the back of the truck.
Okay.
Oh, are you okay?
Just a stick.
All right.
But these are pretty good shape.
This is a 74. I don't know what year that is.
Yeah, but
it's 73 to 80.
But these things are in pretty good shape.
Yeah,
For your child.
other than, you know, no injuries.
No, they're in better shape.
Yeah.
Like, they just need your little.
So I don't need the other door, and that door is rusted out. I might come back later and get all the window and everything out of it, because that'll save me some money. Because the other door is just bare.
Dad,
So let's get this loaded up. Yeah, bud.
can we see if the window goes down?
It does. Well, here, we'll have to put the roll down.
Yeah. Oh.
Here, we'll roll it.
That's actually.
We're gonna go with. We're gonna keep it.
This is actually a really good shape.
It's not bad, honestly.
Yeah. You should tell your dad that it's in better shape than like the Blazers door.
Yeah.
It's in better shape than the Blazers. Like that door looks better. The banana. You have lots of broken cars here.
Yes, there is.
I know when you're a kid, you couldn't, like, your parents couldn't afford the cars and stuff.
Yeah. Little bonus footage.
What?
Behind me are 2 Gleaner combines, and if you know anything about combines, it means they're really old. When my grandpa used these, I don't know for how long, but me, my brother, my sister all cut wheat in these during wheat harvest. And I think his last harvest, he just parked them and they've never moved since. You can see like the tree is growing right there. It feels like just yesterday that he stopped harvest, or he stopped farming. I mean, he's 100 years old, so it's been like, oh gosh, dang it, 20 years? I don't know, probably 15. I don't know, it's been a while. But we're gonna climb up into this combine and show my son around.
Yeah, I've already been in it.
You've already been in it?
Yeah.
But there the one is, and there the other one is. For AC, there's water coolers on the roof, and when you get it, you'd have water in there, and when you hit a bump, you got sprayed with water. But it was better than baking in these cabins. So
This is as old as.
yeah. Oh, this is like a 1940s. It's old.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all pretty much the same as when we parked it. Throttle, work, yeah. But yeah, that had all the windows were in it when we parked them. The ones that broke out since they've been parked. But that one's broken out. But yeah, these were fun to drive. They were fun to cut weed in. Good experience, life experiences. Second, here's the other one. You see how big that tree is?
Yeah.
Like it just grew around it.
I bet when
That engine up there. So my brother and sister were always the ones cutting wheat, and I was always the one fixing stuff when it broke down, which was all the time. So that's how I learned to work on things.
Yep.
Let's climb up there, buddy.
Okay.
Climb up there.
Why can't you do it?
I can't. Just climb up there. Just push this to your side.
Yeah. This thing is old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's new.
Here.
Oh. Yeah, this one's dirtier.
Yeah. Still has wheat grain on the floor. Ah, you ready? Show you the...
Can you pick me up so I can see?
Yeah. Hey guys, so I have zero motivation to replace this panel this morning, but we're gonna get it done. The hardest part of the project is just starting, so I'm just gonna get it cut out and weld it in. Like, it's not a hard project. I'm not motivated to do it right now, but I at least want to get one panel in. So stick around and we'll get it cut out and weld it up. All right, so you're gonna watch on YouTube on how to replace a patch panel, and you can watch 10 guys and you're gonna get 10 different ways, okay? There is no right or wrong way how to do this. It's just a matter of getting it done. People are gonna have their opinions, but hey, if it gets done, it's done, right? So how I do this, I lay the patch panel up there. I use these machine self-tapping screws, and I zip it up there, and I take I'll take my what is those called? I don't even know. Oscillating tool, and I'll just zip it off. So the patch panel, I'll cut through the patch panel and the substrate in one pass. It might not cut through the actual panel it might not cut through the actual panel that we're replacing the first time, but there'll at least be a line where we're cutting. And the reason I do this is that I don't have to trim fit. I've done that before. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way, but this is the way I'm doing it right now. Tomorrow I might do it different. So, but let's get it up there and get it zipped off. You want to fit it up there pretty tight. That rest comes up to about right here. So I am probably going to cut it about right there and down. Because there is no rust back here, and I don't have to draw a line because we're cutting both at the same time. So let's get our zippity zip out and zippity zip it off. I'm not good at rhyming. All right, now that we got the panel free, we're going to unscrew it, and we'll have to finish cutting through the rusted panel. All right, now we can finish cutting through that panel. There's not much left, but let's get it cut through. All right, so we got the panel off. This inner panel is a lot worse than I expected, and I could have looked at it before we got the panel off and ordered it. I think I can order it. It also looks like I can replace it after we have this welded in, because it just slips up in here and it's only a piece about that big. So and that way I can get this welded in and I don't have to worry about waiting for more parts. Story of my life. I think that panel fits up there pretty nice. We'll have to clean the edges up with our angle grinder and then prep it to be welded. I think I have everything ready for my welder. I just got to take it out of the Connex. Yeah, so I guess we can start grinding. All right, so we got the panel all prepped. So when we weld it, it doesn't, we don't have to worry about that paint. We'll get it all lined up. We'll get it tacked in, adjust it from there. I have to get my welder ready, and then we can start burning this panel in. So before we start welding that panel in, I haven't used this welder in a little bit, so we're going to dial it in on the scrap piece of patch panel, just so we know what settings we need. Also, I do not have a welding helmet at the time, so I'm going to have to go get one. And the wire on the welder is kind of rusty. I cleaned it off as best as I could, so if I need some, I'll get some when we go. So let's get a couple beads on here and see. We know the welder is going to work. I don't want to blind myself anymore. I try not to look at that, but let's go get a welding helmet and some primer. We got everything we needed: gloves, helmet, primer. So we should be ready to tack this in. We got the welder dialed in. Normally on a patch panel, I would use weld through primer on the back side of the patch panel, because you can't get to it after it's welded. Well, this one we can get to everything that from behind, so I'm not going to worry about that, and we can prime it after we're done. Gas was off. Much better. So you want to slowly go around that patch panel and tack it in. It's not structural, so you don't have to keep a continuous bead, so you don't have to worry about burning through. You're going to burn through in some spots because this metal is thin. Like over here, there was a lot of Bondo, and I think the metal was really thin, so I'm kind of burning through in a few spots. But you just take your time, you can build it back up, and you can grind it down, and we can use filler, and we can act like, or it's like it never happened. So we're gonna get the rest of this panel welded in, and I'll bring you back when it's done. But also you want to take your time, and you don't want to warp the panel, so tack it in slowly, wait a little bit, keep tacking. But the most important thing is take your time, because you don't want to warp this panel. That's a no-no. So, but if it happens, you can fix it, but just take your time. All right, so we got the patch panel in and welded, completely welded. Now we're going to grind it down and make it smooth and put some primer on it. So we got the patch panel in and sanded. Still needs a lot of body work, but right now we're going to throw some primer on it since it's sitting outside and it's going to rain. So we're going to throw some primer on it and call it done for now until we do body work. All right, so I'm going to end the video there. We got the patch panel in, we got it primed. The next video would probably include the rest of the panels, maybe some light body work, but that took me about 2.5 hours. So I got some hours to put into this, so it's going to take some time, but we're getting it slowly but surely. If you have watched to the end, please subscribe, and that would make me happy and support the channel. Thank you.